Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rejects and Friends Cold Sweat 2025. I'm Pippi in a top hat, and I'll be your Keeper of Order, or Maven of Madness, for our upcoming race of Majora's Mask, no major glitches. Asterisk. Yes, the twist that no one saw coming. We are bringing the chaos this fine evening. Starting about 15 minutes into the run for just $5, you at home can send both of our racers on a random fetch quest. As soon as possible, they will have to go grab an extra heart piece, mask, item, stray fairy, skulltula, whatever they choose. They have to go get it now. And also opening up about 15 minutes into the run will be our final art incentive of the marathon, which is also for just $5. You get entered to win a gorgeous Majora's Mask painting done by our own Wicked Midna. It is so pretty. So remember, $5. Just 15 minutes in, we will be starting the chaos. I believe that is all of the starting information. Oh, except for where's that $5 going? That $5 is going to Planned Parenthood Federation of America. They are a wonderful organization that is helping a lot of people at home with all sorts of health and sexual health and reproductive health of all kinds. So your $5 is going to an excellent cause. And also to chaos, and to making our runners feel pain. Anyway, to learn more about that pain, I'm going to turn it over to our commentator, Samp. Samp, what you got?
Hey y'all, I'm Samp, and I'm here to help commentate the Majora's Mask portion of the marathon here. In just a few moments we'll get started, and I'll do my best to keep us on track and explain some of the stuff that's happening. I think we're all ready to start, right? So yeah, I guess on go, I'll count us down and we can get going. All right, in 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off.
Yeah. So a couple of things, if you've seen anything about Majora's Mask before, one of the first things that you might notice from this run is that they're playing on the Japanese version. Usually the NMG category is played on English, but for some safety and routing help, we're going to play on the Japanese version here. There's a couple of benefits to it. The biggest one, I think, is that it's less likely to crash in certain situations, which is definitely good for a marathon run like this, where there's going to be a lot of on-the-fly routing, decision-making, and strats that our runners might not be as comfortable with. So, in the Japanese version, there are some advantages like text is a little bit faster. It's not super important for the run overall, but it is something to note. And then any other big differences I'll try to point out as we go along.
I will clarify for chat also, our starting flag for donating to start the chaos will be as soon as one of our runners completes the first cycle. So as soon as somebody gets the ocarina, all bets are off. And y'all are in control. We're just here for the ride.
So one of the first things that you'll be able to notice with the runs here is going to be text mashing. So you can keep an eye on the text boxes here. If you ever see any blue at the bottom of the text box, it means that the text box has not been mashed through frame perfectly. So those frames will add up.
Dude, I got like 3 of them. Feels bad.
I don't mean to brag, but I did all of it frame perfectly, just saying.
Frame perfect 100% of the time.
At least during text boxes.
Honestly, with how much I've run any percent in the last, like, 8 months, you have to do anything you can to keep your mind busy playing first cycle, even if it means counting blue text boxes.
It is a significant chunk of the run, yeah.
How much of first cycle is just cutscenes? As somebody who has not played Majora's Mask in the dozens of times.
Honestly, it's got to feel like at least half of everything you do in the first cycle is either cutscenes or just waiting for something to happen. We'll do a lot to kind of make use of the time, but ultimately we're just waiting for midnight on the third day for the clock tower to open so that we can actually get the ocarina. So a lot of it is just going to be waiting around. Now, we have the very first little bit of movement here. In classic 64 Zelda fashion, there's a lot of backwards movement. Backwalking is a great form of fast movement, especially in like straight lines. You'll also see a bit of side hopping and rolling throughout the run. It varies a lot depending on the area, which is something that's great about this game because there's like so many different options for like how you can move, what might be the best in this area, and also like what might be the best for the particular runner. Everybody has like their own preferences and choices and things like that. But yeah, there is a lot of cutscenes, a lot of time to just kind of sit around. There's actually like a pretty common meme in the community of just like sitting for first cycle. Everyone's got their first cycle emotes that they post in chat and things like that.
If you have a second Wii, you can practice during first cycle.
That's true. It's kind of the new meta is having the second Wii out and practicing all the hard tricks.
I was gonna ask if you did what people did during the Tears of the Kingdom intro and played the daily Wordles, but that seems maybe more productive.
That is something I used to do when I ran Hundo.
Well, during the cutscenes, do you have time for a quick donation?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because we do have a $5 donation from Feely Healy, thank you so much, who says, "Good luck, gamers! We love a good Majora's Mask race, where surely nothing chaotic will happen."
It's reassuring.
Yeah, it's not threatening at all. Keep in mind, everyone, that the incentive will open as soon as we grab the ocarina. So, the first 15 minutes, we promise nothing chaotic will happen. For realsies, you can trust me. I have a trustworthy voice. After that, no longer. Have fun.
So in the story of the game, we became Deku Link here, and this is one of the 3 forms you can get in the game. All of the forms have pretty varying movement, and one of the big advantages about Deku Link is he can spin, and you can always be changing the direction of the spin, so there's like a lot of fluidity to the types of movement that you can do. He also, funnily enough, actually moves faster than Human Link as well. And then in this room, there is a couple of potential tricks that could be done. Let's see. We got Beast and Morph that went for the text skip here. If you jump onto that flower, you can skip Tattle talking to you. Morph unfortunately did not get it here, but it is a little bit of a time saver. And then there's another recent time saver that runners have been going for where they just jump across the gap to skip the flower usage there entirely.
Ah, man.
Yeah, and
Unfortunate.
Oh no.
I wanted to give the runners a little quiet for this portion, but what you just saw was the first cutscene skip of the run. Each of the runners went for it. Morph unfortunately missed it, but there are a lot of patterns that you'll see in this game, and one of them is that all of the cutscenes take 2 active visual frames to actually start. So by using a pausing technique where you time each of your pauses so that you only let a frame of gameplay happen between each pause, you can actually skip lots of different cutscenes, one of which being talking to the masked salesman here. And it's about 40 or so seconds on success, but
I appreciate the
unfortunately,
head start. I will need it.
I honestly forgot this room is different on Japanese.
Oh
The camera,
yeah,
at least,
like the camera. Yeah, I
is
don't know what
very
it is.
zoomed out on Japanese.
Yeah, there are different
Rather,
visual cues.
Yeah. And the lag is a little different too.
Huh.
Yeah, the lag and the visual cues are different between the versions, which is another funny difference between the English and the Japanese version.
There's a lot of like room changes, like straight up like room changes that like alter the way certain rooms are played out in the different versions, but like none of them have something like that where just the camera's different. It's very strange. On the English version, the camera is much more zoomed in on Link for some reason.
So gameplay-wise, the goal at this point is really just to make it night of the 3rd day as soon as possible. When at midnight on the 3rd night is when the clock tower opens, so we can grab the ocarina at that point. So using the grandma stories and then the scarecrow here are just the fastest ways without ocarina to actually make time advance.
I do love how Deku Link is so short that he has to jump to grab a doorknob. Like, I don't
Deku Link
feel-
is so cute.
He's adorable.
One of my favorite things about him is his backwalk, because his legs are so short. So there's like more steps comparative like to Human Link or Zora Mask. So it's just like a bunch of little pitter patters running across. It's very cute.
So at this point in the run, now that it's night of the 3rd day, we're just waiting for midnight. And Morphin Beasts are going to make good use of this time. There's a little trick you can do here where you can get out into Termina Field early. You're usually not supposed to go out here as Deku Link, or at least not in the first cycle. So you can break out through the guard, and they're going to just try to collect rupees that they'll use to buy explosives in the next cycle. And basically all of this time here is just time that they would be waiting anyway. So at this time, this is just the best way to use the time that you have in first cycle. And something that's kind of interesting is if you go into Termina Field and you don't have the ocarina, you actually load like a different version of Termina Field where not everything that's normally in it is in it. So there's no enemies. Certain grottos are not loaded. You can't go into them. So it's actually pretty easy to just kind of like move around and collect rupees from the bushes. This is RNG.
I'm getting like no rupees.
I was gonna mention Beast is getting.
I'm actually gonna reload.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't know what route Beast is doing, but if you plan on getting the East Clonk Town chest, I think you only need 60 at least, if I remember correctly. Isn't too bad. I'm getting really good RNG here.
Oh yeah, you're
God.
right. I forgot you only need. I had in my head you need 90 for some reason. That's the other route, right?
Yeah, it's the Tenchu route.
Yeah.
If you plan on getting 20, you can do the 2-for-1.
Yeah.
But I don't need to do that because I'm just getting really lucky.
The Morph's just kind of loaded here. Now, I did mention that all of the time here is time where you're going to be waiting anyway, but Beast actually did take a small time loss by going into the grotto, because entering loading zones will stop the clock from moving, so you lose like a little bit of time from the loads from that.
So what you're saying is the grand deciders of RNG saw that the first cutscene skip was mean to Morph and decided that no, Beast is gonna take a hit.
Where the gods of RNG are trying to start this chaotic run out with a very even starting point, which, I mean, let's be real, the run is really starting once the ocarina is grabbed, so just a way to kind of level the playing field here. Okay, grabbing magic is required. In a way, at least in this run, it's required for grabbing the ocarina. So that's the reason we're getting it here.
Oh, I'm gonna be so late.
So the thing that I did say earlier about just waiting for the clock tower to open, you don't lose any time if you show up early, but showing up to the clock tower late does actually lose some time, because that's all that time that you could have already been inside of it. So that's just something that can unfortunately happen if you get really unlucky and you have to spend more time farming rupees than... Because I would say most of the time, and y'all would probably agree with me, if you're like farming rupees, you're probably not going to reset to the rupee farm from like not getting enough. So Beast actually got extremely unlucky here.
It's really fortunate on the optimal route. Even if you like get pretty bad RNG, you can just go to the East Clocktown chest, and it only loses about 10 seconds compared to talking to the banker and depositing 90. So it's not like a huge time loss, but it is annoying.
And then little trick here is a gainer. Deku Link is not tall enough to grab that ledge normally. Lore-wise, you're supposed to do a little trading quest where you grab the Moon's Tear and then deliver it to the Deku Scrub, who lets you use this flower, and you can fly up here. But with a gainer, which is basically a in-place backflip that you can do by backflipping and releasing and pressing target, it's frame perfect in most cases. You can grab the ledge there.
Yeah, the cases where it's not frame perfect, like the one I just did, it's 2 frames if you can manage to get yourself into a corner. So it's a little bit more lenient.
That's right, yeah. And then we're actually coming up on the ocarina here in just a moment.
Oh yeah, Chaos is almost open.
Yep.
Did you say chaos?
I think someone might have mentioned the word, yeah.
Alright, and that is the first ocarina.
May it not be the last.
I do believe that means that our fetch quests should be on the table momentarily. We have just received words that chaos is open. Make everyone suffer, please. I mean, I'm totally unbiased. What? No. Also, once again, for a $5 donation, you are also entered to win our final art prize. Those are actual buttons you have to click on the screen when you donate. Please don't forget to put yourself towards the art prize and the incentive, but it does count for both, so you are entering yourself to win gorgeous Majora's Mask art at the same time.
So coming up here is actually one very small Japanese to English difference between the versions, where for some reason when you pull the ocarina out here, this little cutscene plays, and then you have to pull out the ocarina again. They patched that on the English version. Something to note, I guess, is like the Japanese version came out first, so a lot of people consider the Japanese 1.0 and 1.1 versions to be like more like betas, and then when the English version came out later, it's kind of considered to be like the 1.2 version, and that's the cause for a lot of the version differences. But after playing Song of Time, as soon as you select yes to save, the game saves, and you can reset to skip the long first cycle cutscene at the end there, which saves a good bit of time too.
Another quick reminder from our incredible tech team, which is mostly variety, but we'll say tech team. It sounds all special and important. That you can redeem a maximum of up to 2 Chaos Fetch Quests at a time. So that is $10 you can get 2 in at a time. If you would like to donate for more chaos than that, which is of course highly recommended, you will have to split it up into multiple donations, just so we don't overwhelm our runners all at the same time. Unless there's just infinite donations.
I think if you guys want to overwhelm them, you'll have to work together.
Exactly! Chaos is all about the friends we made along the way.
So this is kind of like the last first cycle cutscene, basically, where you learn the Song of Healing, and then lore-wise, the Happy Mask Salesman, explains how important it is that you get Majora's Mask back. And then after this, the category really picks up. At least the normal category really picks up with like many tricks, one after another.
It's kind of unrelenting how fast it gets after this point.
Yeah, there's like no ramp up at all. It's just immediately in the action.
We have a lot of chaos rolling in.
We do have a lot of chaos rolling in. Just want to... Okay, perfect. I was just trying to double check with our tech team that these are all good, but now I have plenty of chaos to read. Would you like some chaos?
Right ahead.
Because here's $25 for you from Wicked Midna, our glorious artist, who says, "Good luck, Beast and Morpheus! Majora's Mask is my fave. Y'all are my fave. Women's rights are my fave. Love y'all. Thank you so much, Midna." Do you have time for a couple more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here is $750
Oh, whoa.
from a highly incompetent. Thank you so much. Who says XD, 1 mask and 1 sword upgrade. Pretty please. I don't know if that's how it works, but thank you so much for donating so much to charity. We really, really appreciate it.
Do our best.
Are there sword upgrades in this game? That wasn't on the list.
There are sword upgrades.
Oh.
So this chest that Beast just grabbed and Morph is on the way is one of the fastest chests you can grab to just fill up your wallet. Gives you 99 rupees, so they'll use this for explosives here. Got the first little heart piece grabbed there.
Oh, actually, I gotta do some more.
Oh. He's backtracking.
Yep, I'm already on my way for it. Oh, dude. The NPC talk ranges in this game is huge. Like, consistently huge.
The stray fairy grab there by both Beast and Morph will also go towards a check here.
It's gonna get us 2.
2 checks.
Oh, double dipping.
That's right, because the stray fairy count.
Can I hit
So-
you with more chaos real quick?
Yeah.
Because here's $25. Thank you oh so much from bewildebeest.
Who's
I
that?
don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Who says Majora Smashk? Thank you. Thank you so much. And that went towards chaos. An excellent usage. We also have $25 from Connor, who says, shout out to my boyfriend Joe for watching speedrun events with me, less than 3. Aw, it was really nice of you to buy your boyfriend some pain for the runners. It's a really nice present. Valentine's Day is coming right around the corner.
So, what Beast just said there's a lot of tricks that happen in a row that kind of make this happen. So, the first trick is the infinite sword glitch, which you can get by canceling a crouch stab animation. It makes it so that your sword hitbox continues to exist even after you're done slashing. And that's important because while your sword hitbox is active, you cannot fall. Which leads into the next trick, which is bomb hovering, or really any kind of damage hovering. If you shield damage while you're in the air, you are put in a grounded state for a moment, so it's like you're standing on the ground, and since you can't fall with ISG, you just keep hovering so you can chain explosives to get a bunch of height. And we use that to get past the loading zone to hit the hidden owl, which is a unassigned owl. And having that owl statue hit will be important for a trick later on. But just keep in mind that all the owl statues in this game are used as kind of like a fast travel option. You can soar to them. But that specific owl does not have any location assigned to it, because you can't actually soar to it.
Do you have a quick moment, not necessarily for chaos, but for unbridled excitement?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I do believe we have officially broken the record for the highest raising Rejects and Friends event in the history of Rejects and Friends.
Very
That's
nice.
awesome.
We have surpassed our previous total. Thank you so much, everyone, for donating so much money for Planned Parenthood. It's a really important cause. We have updated our goal to $6,000, which is a goal we have never come anywhere close to before. So thank you so, so much for helping us make that happen. And thank you, all of the runners, for being a part of this. Thank you for subjecting yourselves to pain.
I remember how to do this.
Oh no.
Oh, that's what we like to hear.
What's happening over there?
So a couple of checks that we've grabbed. Beast and Morph actually grabbed the Sword School heart piece, and Beast just grabbed the heart piece in North Clock Tower that's in that tree. And then we've got Morph is going for the Great Fairy Mask check here, and so is Beast. There's a little cutscene skip you can do by clipping through this seam here. If you hit the cutscene trigger where you'd normally get the Great Fairy Mask, right as you void out, you'll get the mask, and then it'll skip the cutscene. So both of them just got that check as well.
I'm glad I remember how to do that.
Okay. All right.
It's been a while.
Might not be the only one that we're doing this run.
Yeah, they're...
Oh, true. And here's another hurt piece here.
And Beast is on his way somewhere.
Why did I do it that way? I just like went in a big circle.
Yeah, there is a direct loading zone from North Clocktown to East Clocktown, but
Oh god.
you know, took the long way. So there's a check here that you can get, which is Cafe's Mask, but at this time on day one, this guy is talking for a very long time.
Why?
So you can't get the check.
Surely it ends at 11:30. No. Okay.
Right. Cafe Mask to be gotten later. Right, and on the Morph side here, we're about to get into our first alternate exit. So one of the things that you'll kind of see throughout the run here is that a lot of the maps in this game have unloaded areas and loading zones with just like one part loaded. So all of the grottos in this game are all actually on the same map with only one having loaded textures. If you can get out of bounds in the grotto, you can technically go into a different grotto and then use the loading zone from the other grotto to exit somewhere else. So Morph's going to try to take advantage of that here.
Do you have a quick moment for more chaos?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I have $5 from someone named Thecking's Pride, or the King's Pride, something like that, who says, I want everyone to know this is a Scarlet Witch reference, and try to get Pippi to guess how this is meant to be said. I'm gonna do my best. I know nothing about... I think that's a Marvel thing, but we're gonna go with, pure chaos! Something like that? I think that there was like a Marvel fighting game that came out. That's why I'm assuming it's from. Anyway, thank you so much for the chaos of some degree of purity. Do you have time for one more?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Because we also have $10 from Dranzier. Thank you so much. That is 2 whole chaos purchases right there. Who says, let there be chaos! Thank you. And remind everyone, when you go to donate, !donate in the chat, you will have to click on both incentives. They let you double dip, but you do have to click on them both. So thank you so much, everyone.
So, as you saw on Morph's
so
screen,
much right now.
there are a lot of things happening right now, so I'll try to go through them. Beast is kind of stun locked right now in the observatory. He's trying to get out. So on Morph's screen, when he did the alternate exit, by leaving through the loading zone in the other grotto, he ended up in Deku Palace, which is why he's there, and he grabbed the bean and the heart piece checks that you can get in the Deku Palace, and now he's grabbing Sonata, which is required for beating the game. And then we had Beast grab the Moon's Tear, which you get from the telescope side quest there, and looks like he tried to death warp back to East Clocktown, or West Clocktown where he came out, but going inside resets your respawn point, so he kind of ended up back at the observatory again.
I can't do a single bomb trick right now. Oh my god.
And then there are actually a lot of high-speed tricks in this game. You get a lot of speed by combining invincibility frames, which you can get during your roll, and damage. So if you get hit while you're invincible, you get a lot of negative speed, and there are various ways we can use bombs to take advantage of that. Yeah, these just kind of trying to farm bombs here, but honestly, the bush RNG has not really been nice to him at all this run. At all. Meanwhile, Morph is grabbing the Song of Soaring now, which is where the owl statue from earlier is going to come in handy. Usually when you play the Song of Soaring and you don't have any owl statues hit, the game tells you that. But by hitting the fake hidden owl that's in West Clocktown, you can set the flag that you've hit an owl, and then you can use the map inside of the pause menu to actually manipulate which owl you'll soar to, so you can soar to owls without ever hitting them. That's where this is going to come in handy.
Is it a good time for more chaos? I just have an infinite pile of chaos right now. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, go for it.
Feel free to let me know if there's any time I can't engage in chaotic tomfoolery. Otherwise, I will always engage in chaotic tomfoolery. But here's $10 for our chaos from Phazon Tunic, our esteemed runner from the previous segment, who says, I just want to say thank you everyone here today. RAF means so much to me, and everyone tries so hard to make this day so great. Absolutely agreed. Thank you everyone so much who is watching and participating, whether that is just by donating $5, being in chat, or, making the record-breaking donation. Which, by the way, since we have broken the record, every donation is the record-breaking donation at the moment. Thank you everyone so much for being here, and thank you, Phazon, for donating your talents. I also do have $10 more from Duranzier, who says, let there be movement. I hope Discord didn't cut that one out too much.
So, in the usual NMG run, it is actually important to come to Goron Village here, even though there is no, you don't actually get anything here. Oh.
Wrong way. Alright. I forgot. Oops.
Part of the owl soaring glitch requires having map points on your map to manipulate. So in a normal run, you want to go to a bunch of different places like Goron Village so that you unlock different owl statues. But in this kind of run, this also opens the option for some potential checks here. So we've got the Lens of Truth check here, which can potentially lead into more checks in the future.
Yep.
Then we got Beast grabbed the Bean and the Heart Piece check just recently. He did the alternate exit to Deku Palace as well. Also grabbing the P-Hat Heart Piece check, and then Sonata once again is required for beating the game to get into Woodfall Temple.
Yeah, you might have also noticed that I inverted just before getting Lens of Truth, and that's because I was planning on doing a cutscene skip with getting Zora Mask later to do Song of Double Time, but that does not work on Japanese.
That's right, that is another version difference between English and Japanese. On English, you can skip cutscenes by using the Song of Double Time cutscene. There is a short fade out after you play Song of Double Time on English, which lets you skip cutscenes. That doesn't happen on Japanese. So there are other ways to do a lot of the same cutscene skips, so we'll see. what the runners end up doing. And Goron Mask is not a normal NMG grab, but it does fulfill a check and has a lot of usefulness in like various things. It's a very fast form of movement that you can unlock, and there's lots of other things that you can do with it as well.
Yeah, the Goron is a speedy boy.
And honestly, once Song of Soaring unlocks, where we see the runners go might change a lot, because I'm not sure what exactly everybody has up their sleeve here.
I'd also like to give a quick welcome in to the Raiders. Thank you so much for joining us. You are tuning in to our Majora's Mask, no major glitches, asterisk, chaos race. Beast and Morpheus are going to try to complete Majora's Mask with no major glitches, except for the fact that for just $5 donation to Planned Parenthood Federation of America, you can send them all on a little fetch quest along the way. So feel free to !donate in the chat to get your donations in. We have plenty of chaos already lined up, but we can do more. There's something like, what, 180 extra things that were decided upon ahead of time? One of those things can be yours.
So this is an interesting difference for Beast going into the Spider House here. There's because you guys have tokens as part of your checks, right?
Yeah, we do.
So there are a lot of potential checks inside of the Spider House here that you can grab.
Okay, so I definitely meant to sort of Great Bay, but I paused because my Hundo muscle memory was kicking in. So I'm just gonna get Cafe Mask now, I suppose. Helps that I'm in Dude, so I can make this on time.
I'm so mad about the Gorman.
That was very unlucky timing for sure. So that is the chick that Beast was trying to grab earlier, but unfortunately.
I believe I can also grab Room Key.
Yeah.
Barely on time, or just on time for Room Key, I should say.
5 I should be checking off right now, but I haven't gotten a chance to. Oh, thank you. Somebody's checking that off for me.
Okay.
6.
And
can I overwhelm you with some more heartfelt messages of luck, love, and chaos and pain? Because I do have more.
Yeah.
Because I do have one more $10 donation from Dranzier who says, a little bit more chaos for the road. That one didn't involve screaming into my mic. I'm told Discord did not like the last one. Also, $10 donation from Metalhead216 who says, a huge good luck to both Beast and Morph. Love to see a couple of my favorite runners racing for a good cause. And that is indeed an incredible cause. Thank you so much for your kind donation to Planned Parenthood.
So with Beast grabbing a ton of checks in the Spider House, now he's on his way to Goron Village, where there's some more potential checks as well. And the islands here, this is one of those areas that has like so many different levels of like difficult movement that you can do that all save various amounts of time, but Twin Islands is like one of the hardest areas in the entire game, honestly. So we might see a cutscene sticker, so what Morph is up to, but you can skip the Zora walking cutscene here in various different ways. So I have a new trick to explain.
Can I squeeze in some extra chaos?
Yeah.
Cause here's $10 more for the chaos from Feely Healy. Thank you so much. Who says, "Oh no, something chaotic is happening," and then the big old capital D colon face. Thank you so much. We also have $10 from Arju. No comment, but yes, chaos.
So
Reminder that $10 does count for 2 checks. Maximum 2 checks per donation, but you can do multiple donations. Sorry, continue.
So Morph, skip the Zora walking cutscene there. It's quite a long cutscene. By doing a trick called time stop, there's a couple different ways to do time stop. In this case, time stop using a bomb, where on one frame when you're walking with a bomb, if you try to pull an item out, it plays like a default cutscene, which usually is just the ocarina. So you can pull out a fake ocarina, and then if you cancel that by pressing shield on the same frame, you get stuck in this cutscene state where you can move around, but time doesn't pass, cutscenes won't start correctly, and by starting the cutscene while in that state, you can just leave while Mikau's walking, and then when you come back, the cutscene is completed. It saves like, I don't know, like 10 to 15 seconds or so with that method.
Yeah, it's one of the main reasons English is much faster for a vanilla run of any percent NMG, because you can just walk to the beach and mash your ocarina as opposed to having to walk to the loading zone after doing time stop.
Yeah, and it works out to be really good routing-wise, too, because you want it to be day 2 when you get the bottle in the Woods Mystery.
Yeah.
So using Song of Double Time there is really useful.
Yeah, it's very lucky and also strategic routing that usually in most runs in Majora's Mask, the time of day is very important. Any percent and any percent NMG historically has never really had the most important in-game time, because we usually don't have to do a lot of like the collection quest stuff, so you don't really need to worry about the in-game time. But one thing that does matter is that we want it to be day 2 when we go to the Woods of Mystery, because it allows for the witch to be inside of the woods, so you don't have to do a lot of backtracking to talk to her and get the bottle. And then, so we're heading over to the Zora Hall here. This is another point you can get on the map, which may come in handy later. And there are some potential checks inside of here as well. And Beast describing the Zora mask.
I did not think about some of the stuff in here. That is a good point. I was just gonna get bombs, but Hundo Light kicking in right now.
Yeah, not trying to play favorites, sorry.
Oh, come on. I need a tip. What do I do with this dead fish?
Do you have a moment for more chaos?
Yeah, for sure.
Because we have another $10 donation with no comment, but yes, chaos. From Yog Kavy. Thank you so much for your generous donation. And also another $5 donation from Faison Tunic, who says, "I just really want the painting," and then a cute little cat face. I agree, the painting is gorgeous. If anybody came in with the raid and did not know, if you do !schedule in the chat, it should come up with a whole list of all of the prizes that have been available for the entire weekend, including our current prize incentive, which you can double dip with your chaos donation, and is a gorgeous hand-painted Majora's Mask by Wicked Midna. I highly recommend you check it out, because Faison, you have the correct idea. Yes.
So
I have learned so many things already this run.
I was gonna mention an important thing about playing the Song of Healing for like Goron Link and Zora Link is that you actually have to be human Link to do it. So you know, a little bit of time just playing the Song of Healing didn't work the first time. You know, try again.
I was practicing. Can't play a song
Yeah,
without.
yeah.
You gotta warm up
Practicing
first
is an
now.
important part of a speed run.
So inside of Woodfall Temple for Morph, this is the reason why Sonata of Awakening is required. There's currently no real feasible way for like an RTA to get inside of Woodfall without Sonata. There's like some fun tasks only method, but you know, we're not dealing with any of that here. And then one of the checks earlier, the Great Fairy Mask is actually super useful for many of the checks inside of the dungeons because it really assists with grabbing the stray fairies. Some of the stray fairies, like, it's not required to have the Great Fairy Mask, but it really helps because, like, otherwise you have to do like some hovering and some other crazy stuff to collect them. So they're in like the ceilings or in the walls and stuff like that. And then we've already seen some mega flips, but I haven't had the chance to explain them. But in a similar way to some of the backwards movement tricks that you can do, by rolling and backflipping with good timing, you can be in the air while you're also invincible, and then the explosion from the bomb gives you a ton of backwards movement. So you'll see a lot of mega flips in the run to gain distance very quickly and very far while you're in a hover. It's very useful for a lot of the boss key skips that may be done during the run here. But this check here for Morph is going to be the bow. The bow is required for the run. You do need arrows in this game to do various things. And then this is a fun little check. Looks like Beast is going for the like here. Drops a heart piece. Suspiciously close to the beavers, but there's no hook shot, so I can't imagine we're going to beavers.
Before
Over into
I
beavers.
do more stuff, I'm gonna hit this switch. I really don't want to mega flip again.
Yeah, the switch here will spawn some ladders, which can make it a lot easier to go upstairs and downstairs. Going downstairs in Woodfall it can be useful because there's a guaranteed bomb drop that you can reload. But at some point you have to get back upstairs, so redoing some of the tricks to get upstairs can be annoying. This is the front entrance for Zora Hall. There's two entrances, which is pretty interesting. In actual NMG runs, we use the front entrance because all we have to do is get the map point here and then leave, which just saves a little bit of time later when we're doing some of the dungeon completion. In normal NMG runs, part of the run is like a dungeon rush where you're just completing the dungeons as quickly as possible, and then part of it is set up for that. So some of the overworld stuff that's required, like getting the masks, getting the warp song, getting the songs to open some of the dungeons. Those are all part of the overworld sections. And then I didn't mention this check that Morph grabbed, but there's the heart piece here in Lulu's room, which you can skip using the Deku Scrub by the well-positioned Goron Pound there can get you up there. There's also other things that you can do, like a funny Zora jump slash, or you can just hover up there as well.
There was another heart piece I could have gotten there, but it just takes so long. It's out of the way. So
Yeah, I almost considered getting that one too.
yeah.
I'm gonna go into this room, actually. Oh, this torch is so finicky, man. There we go. This next room I'm going into has a lot of stray fairies.
You going into the north room?
Right in front of a doll, yeah. But I didn't get the key, so I still have to leave and do the skip.
Oh.
The key's still slow to get.
We're not counting boss keys, are we?
It's not on the schedule, so I did not count it. You think so?
Well, I'm only saying that because I want to get it now.
So, funnily enough, the door that Morph is in here has got the boss door, so if he had the boss key, he could just go to the end of the dungeon, but he doesn't have it, and getting the boss key in Woodfall, especially with the equipment that he has right now, is quite slow, so it looks like he'll just opt to do the boss key skip, which is cooler anyway, so I respect that choice.
And then one more fairy in here. Okay.
Do you even have to go over here?
You don't have to. I think you can recoil flip. But you know.
Oh well, yeah, I meant.
We never see these flowers, you know.
Yeah.
So Morph doing the Woodfall BK skip here. This is a pretty tricky trick, but you can do a trick called a Zora clip here, where, I guess a ledge clip is a better term, where if you target on the first frame you're hanging off of a ledge, you can target the wall in front of you, and that readjusts your position so that you end up clipping out of bounds, and then doing a lot of hovers here, Morph can reach the boss door loading zone, which similarly to the grottos is always loaded. You just don't see it. So that's why he was flying backwards out of bounds.
I'm surprised that worked.
I'm glad it did.
There was a part of me that was very unsure.
I'm glad you went for it anyway. And then something actually I probably should have mentioned too that's different between the Japanese and the English versions is power crouch stabbing. So on the Japanese version, the crouch stab attack doesn't have any assigned damage value, so if you try to crouch stab something, it won't do anything. But it's assigned the damage of the last attack that you did. So Beast, what he did there was a Deku Stick Jump Slash, which does twice the damage of a Kokiri Sword Jump Slash, and then he's able to kill the Denalphos in just one crouch stab. And that's probably one of like the nicest things about the Japanese version is it makes a lot of the boss fights so much easier.
Do you have a moment for some extra chaos now that our boss is dead?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because here's $25 from Stuckero, who says, record-breaking RAF! Woo! Let chaos reign! One stray fairy and one song, if available. Have we gotten any songs yet?
Yeah, we've gotten,
Any extra ones, at least?
no extra songs just yet.
Not yet, no.
I'm sure we'll see some eventually. But thank you so much for the kind donation, and thank you so much everyone for contributing to our record-breaking event. Do you have time for another?
Yeah, go for it.
Because here's $5 for Chaos from Pigeon Party Time, who says, hi Beast! Hi Morpheus! Good luck and happy doings. I changed my shifts at work so I could stay up to watch this awesome run. Hopefully we can see some froggies today? Are we gonna see froggies?
We'll see.
We'll see about frogs. That's
We'll give that a hard we'll see.
Frogs are a tough one for sure.
That's a lengthy one.
So this room that the Beast is in here has got several stray fairies, just another bunch of quick checks.
Oh, I went too far on chaos. One of those doesn't count. I'm out of chaos.
That extra fairy was just for fun.
Yeah.
Out of chaos, this cannot stand. Chat. Chat, we need more chaos.
Why didn't I just press the switch? I should have learned from Morpheus.
I tried to give you the heads up, you know.
It's okay. I did not go into the compass side of the dungeon, so that was definitely a better move than what I did. I think getting that small key.
So something fun about on Morpheus' screen right now is when you beat Woodfall first, you get this extra long, fun little tattle cutscene, which takes a bit of time. Older versions of this run would do Woodfall later on, but it just makes too much routing sense, like location-wise, to beat Woodfall first.
It works out because there's a lot of reasons it works out. In the vanilla run, you want to equip swap your ocarina over bow to do like a fire arrow skip. You get Deku sticks and nuts here. You get a bottle here on day 2. It's too convenient to do this temple first.
I'm just having a time here.
Yeah, but unfortunately, falling from the second floor when you do the boss key skip there puts you back on the first floor here. So we're gonna have to do that mega flip we were just talking about again.
There's a better backup for that, and I just forgot what it was because I don't run this category.
And then a couple of easy checks for heart pieces, or I think just the one heart piece in this area that Morph is going to grab.
I haven't done it like this probably since I was a casual. So I used to have a hookshot here for Hundo.
I need more bombs.
Alright.
I feel like I need more bombs is a nightmare of a sentence in any Zelda speedrun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is money, I think, which is pretty good.
Yeah, fortunately in Woodfall there is a guaranteed bomb drop here on the first floor that you can grab, and you can keep grabbing it by reloading the area.
Alright, I'm pressing the switch this time.
Oh, this is interesting. I usually have to do a Hess here, but I have Goron, so... It's too good. Oh, wait, there's one check I want to get here, actually. Because I do have Goron.
One of the nice things, at least, about getting eaten by that flower there is that it spits you up on the platform, so you can you don't have to do any like weird Deku movement to get back.
I will finish this dungeon eventually.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
So
I
something
also
to note.
assigned Kat the goal of forcing you 100% the dungeon. Just as a thought. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
He's on the way. But yeah, so something to note about on Morph's screen is he's actually doing day 1 Woods of Mystery. So we did mention going here on day 2. Some differences are that there are different paths on each day in the Woods of Mystery. But the other thing is that on day 2, the witch that you get the bottle from is actually in the woods, so you can avoid doing a lot of backtracking.
Yeah, without the SODT cutscene skip on Mikau, I wasn't sure how to fit it in, so I just am getting it here. Okay.
Right, so that bottle is going to be important for beating the game later. You need at least 1 bottle to beat the game, which will be important for learning the New Wave Bossa Nova later on. And yeah, Beast just doing the BK skip here.
Dude.
Just barely going around the loading zone there, unfortunately.
I am getting the boss key.
Alright.
Today is the day.
Very
I was talking
fair.
to Beast earlier about how his glitchless 100% practice was going to come in handy, and here it is.
If I may pose to you a question that we discussed earlier in the marathon, in Majora's Mask, are they boss keys or are they big keys?
They are boss keys.
Is that what it says in the text?
Yeah, I don't actually remember.
I'm pretty sure they're boss keys.
I
think you're
didn't
right.
know there was a difference until just recently, apparently.
Yeah, like Twilight Princess has big keys and one bedroom key.
The bedroom keys.
Honestly, yeah, I agree. Okay.
But is the bedroom key big?
It's a pretty big key, yeah, I would say so.
Pretty big bedroom.
Yeah.
The entire boss fight in it, it's kind of impressive, actually.
Well, somebody was asking about frogs, so I mean, here's a
I don't
frog.
have a mask.
Well, I mean, you know, it's gonna be on screen.
It's true.
So yeah, the frog quest in this game, you have to find 4 of these little frogs. 2 of them come from fighting a mini boss of this style. One is in Woodfall and one is in Great Bay Temple, and it is kind of a hassle, to say the least, to get that heart piece when you haven't like pre-routed for it. So and then,
so the question I would like to ask on behalf of everyone is how large of a donation to go out of our way specifically to get frogs?
Ooh, I did not consider that.
That would be so much.
That is a scary question. I don't know.
I mean, if it were up to me, I'd say, you know, $1, but I don't want to speak for...
$1?
I want to see
I
the
mean,
frog.
we are less than $200 away from surpassing $6,000. If we surpass $6,000, would anybody be willing to froggies?
Like we are talking about like.
How
long would
long
that
is
even take?
froggies?
It takes a while.
We shall deliberate. We are considering the froggies.
Dude,
The froggies might become a victim to the idea of actual, you know, mundane human needs, like for this marathon to actually end at some point so people can sleep. But that doesn't mean we can't consider the froggies.
So we're about to see from Morph one of the bigger, more recent, and by recent I mean I guess within like the last like several years, tricks that entered this run, which is equip swapping. So here we equip swap. That is to say, it's a glitch where you can equip an item over the incorrect slot. So Morph is equipping his bottle with an egg in it over the Moon's Tear slot. So when he drops the egg, it writes an empty bottle over the Moon's Tear instead of where the bottle you're actually using is. So he can just infinitely duplicate the eggs here, which saves a ton of time because you don't have to get them from Pinnacle Rock, and you don't have to get them from... You only have to get the one from, well, from either place, but in this run we get it from Pirate's Fortress.
Is that 4? I think that's 4. I lost count.
many runners actually have people legitimately just counting in their chats, because it can sometimes be so hard to keep track of how many you've dropped, because equip swapping honestly is a little bit of a annoying trick
I think
and
this
can
is
take several
5.
tries.
I mean, I make the joke all the time in my chat that speedrunners can't count. Speedrunners can't count. I've said this a million times in a million ways, and also on GDQ main stage, I'm pretty sure. I can't count when I'm focusing on a speed run, and you can't prove I can count under good circumstances.
I can barely count to 10 when I play this category.
Luckily, in this particular instance, you can just drop as many eggs as you want. It doesn't really... all it does is lose time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go over, it becomes pretty obvious pretty soon. Because the cutscene doesn't play.
It just drops it into the tank and just does nothing.
Do you have a moment for more chaos? Well, I almost said tad tones. They're not tad tones in this game, are they?
They are not.
They're just fish or something? But they're tad
Majora.
tones. While the tad tones dance, would you like some donations?
Yes, please.
Because here's $25 for you from our illustrious artist, Wicked Midna, who says, "Oh my goodness, I'm scared of reading this donation. Farts, 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 tequila, farts, 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 farts. I love you. You are all amazing. RAF forever." Thank you so much. I don't quite understand what I read. Do you have time for a couple more?
I'm in the longest cutscene known to man.
Oh, wonderful! I love long cutscenes. Because here's $50 from the one and only Brandino, who says, "For chaos! 1. Can Beast please get the Song of Storms? And 2. Can Morph please get Goron Lullaby?" I don't know if those are quite feasible at the moment, but your request has been filed, and I would like to hear the Song of Storms, so I hope somebody gets it.
I think that's a better deal for me, so I'm gonna go with, yeah, let's do that.
Heck yeah!
I've already got Goron Mask. I was low-key considering getting the lullaby, so I don't have to do
That's
milk
true.
shenanigans.
Milk
be honest.
shenanigans is a terrifying statement.
Song of Storms, honestly, is very in theme with just being in the longest cutscenes of all time, honestly.
Song of Storms?
Yeah, but what did I say?
Oh, no, I just misheard you.
Oh,
I mean, that's not that long. Oh, unless you're thinking of the one in Akana.
that one's long too. I was just
Yeah.
thinking about...
Oh, it's not that long
Fighting
when you
the-
skip the flat cutscene.
Alright.
You know, I totally forgot that existed, but as a hundo runner yourself, I'm sure you are well equipped and versed and ready to do it.
Ooh, flat
First,
cutscene
maybe
skip.
equipped,
That's-
not yet. No hookshot.
What am I doing here? I want you.
No, dude. I was about to gloat that I was all caught up on Chaos and Morpheus was so behind, but now I'm not all caught up on Chaos anymore.
Exactly. That's the
I'm-
beauty of this incentive.
I'm right behind you, Beast.
So Morph grabbing a check here. Usually this part piece here requires the Scarecrow song in like normal gameplay,
Oh wait,
but
I do need this. I don't remember where I'm standing.
But with bomb hovers, and that's kind of the theme of Majora's Mask, is like you can go almost anywhere early with bomb hovers, as long as you got the bombs.
Once again, we return to the scary sentence. As long as you have the bombs for it.
Yeah, that is that can be the problem. Sometimes there will be a lot of bomb farming, and then Beast is showing off some alternate movement here. Morph was rolling through here with Goron Mask, but you can actually
Oh
do
man,
this,
that's so smart.
you can swim in the shallow water as Zora Link if you dive into the water right before you put the mask on. And then we'll actually get to see the Day 2 Woods of Mystery here with the witch
right.
included.
I'm sorry, now live on Rejects and Friends Cold Sweat 2025. Speedrunner regrets decisions.
Oh, I need to do action swap and get hot spring water.
Yeah, so we actually have we're gonna have the first instance of
Ah, damn it.
well, eventually we'll have the first instance of action swap here.
Please make sure you have arrows.
Yeah.
Like I know you know, just checking.
Mhm.
Yeah, action swap, a potentially crashable trick in the game if you don't have arrows when you try to shoot an arrow. But essentially in this game there is a glitch called quick draw where you can pull out an item without any animation, and if you're already holding an item and you pull out another item on top of it, you can use the second item with like the action state of the first item. So like in the case of Morpheus here, he has got the hookshot in his hand and he quick drew the stick. So when he pulls the stick out, he's going to try to shoot it like it's a hookshot. And one of the results of that is you shoot an arrow with your stick and the arrow is lit on fire. So you can use it to melt snowballs, ice, light torches, all kinds of things like that.
Oh, wait. I messed up. Whoopsie. I forgot to do the double shot. You can do a double shot to unfreeze this guy.
Oh, you're actually getting lullaby?
Yeah, I'm already
Nice.
here. I also forgot I need to talk to the baby first. So let's do that. Redemption
sorry,
mark for the
you're
double
having-
shot.
A discussion with a baby? Do they have anything riveting to say? Do they speak? They're a baby.
kinda
Speak is
green.
not the word I would use. Speak is definitely not the word I would use for this. But
So we gotta-
it is required to talk to this baby before you can get the lullaby intro.
And you can, instead of the double shot, you can just punch the snowball on the way back.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we got Beast going into Pirate's Fortress. So there is a difference here on Japanese, which actually does require a time of day thing. So we'll see what Beast ends up doing here.
Yeah, I did get to take advantage of that earlier, which was nice. Alright.
Do you have time for a bit more chaos?
Oh, yeah.
Cause here's $25 for y'all from Madeline, who just says more chaos. I agree. What a simple sentiment. How well put. More chaos. We also have $15 from Etchy, who says, record-breaking RAF. Woo, 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 woo. What an amazing event. Fantastic job by everyone involved. Thank you all for raising so much for an important cause, less than 3. Which also does draw attention to the fact that we are, indeed, past the RAF record, but also less than $100 away from $6,000 raised for Planned Parenthood. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this excellent event, and I really hope my siren noises didn't get cut out by Discord.
Those ones did
Do
not.
this from here?
Excellent.
You can, yes.
I know you
So
can do
what-
it, but I couldn't see it.
So one of the differences actually is on the Japanese version is that there is a big hole in the back of the hookshot room here. So Beast used another time stop to get past a cutscene trigger that triggers a very long and pointless cutscene of the pirate stalking here. And then by getting behind it, you can knock the beehive down with a bubble and then grab the hookshot here. So that skips the cutscene there.
Yeah, something I managed to do earlier. I don't remember if you talked about it already, Sam, but I got there on night 1 of the cycle, and that let me go in through the front door, which you're not supposed to do. But for some reason, at night on the Japanese version only, the guard at the front of that hallway is like 1 unit too far back to see you. so you just can walk right past her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
convenient.
What's very funny about the guards in this game is that if you aren't in their range and they aren't looking directly at you, they will not see you. So you can do movement options that make no sound, like no sound that they can hear anyway. And so if you do like rolls and side hops, they won't look at you, and you can like comically get close to them. So we might actually be seeing a very cool trick here by Beast.
Oh, I thought about doing that and I forgot. Because I got the egg and left. I got new wave and just immediately left. I thought about doing this.
I'm thinking about doing it too.
Right. Whoever asked for
RAF Cold Sweat, everyone regrets their decisions.
whoever was asking for Morph to grab Lullaby, here it is.
Nice.
So there are these vents underwater in Pirate's Fortress, which are the same as some vents that are used as Deku Link in Stone Tower Temple later on in the game, that give you Deku flowers. And if you void out underwater as Deku, when you inside one of those vents, when you respawn, you'll have flowers. And the upwards velocity that they give you is just enough to clip through the ceiling there, so you can actually fly out of bounds and do Pirate's Fortress in reverse, which Beast did for the art piece check right there.
That was an interesting game freeze.
That was a scary game freeze.
Yeah. I wonder
that-
if there's
right.
a problem with going this direction.
Oh, I got Goron Lullaby. I can check that off. It's such a quest to get that I honestly forgot about it. But I don't have to do the honestly kind of cool and funny remote hookshot trick. I'm just really bad at it, so I was willing to go out of the way to get this.
Do y'all have just a moment?
Yeah.
Because I do believe we have surpassed $6,000 raised for Planned Parenthood this event.
Very nice.
Thank you so much, everyone. Which also, it goes without saying, I have more chaos. Would you like more chaos? Can I interest you in chaos? Excellent. Because here's $5 from to Momodachi. Sorry, I know her as Momo. But to Momodachi, who says, pretty painting. I love MM so much. Good luck, runners. And indeed, that painting will be open until the end of the run. So please, even if you're more of an Order fan than a Chaos fan, you can still donate for the painting. You can also donate for Chaos, but you can still donate for the painting. You can even donate for both, and the painting is gorgeous. I agree.
So
Do you have a moment for one more?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
It sounded like
the way
a severe opinion.
the way it goes with this ramp.
Because here's $15 for you from Liz the Wizard, who says, chaos and art. Art is chaos. RAF is fun. Something, something. Great job, everyone. Was this supposed to be a poem? It sounds like it might be a poem. Thank you so much.
So, funnily enough, by getting the Lullaby, Morph skipped one of the most iconic tricks in the game, Lullaby Skip, which is a bit of an experience. We'll see what a Beast ends up doing. We might have the opportunity to see it through him.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm very used to passing in, which is only works in English version because of the way ledges work in your sword. They changed the way sword works too, between the versions. And that's the Hess, so it's usually my main strat when I do runs. And the other strat is very consistent if you're good at it. I am not good at it. But I can get a lot of checks here in Snowhead.
Yeah, a lot of stray fairy options. So the Great Fairy Mask really coming in handy here. There's the 2 checks, which there's a really cool bomb throw strat that Morph went for, where you can hit that fairy down there that he shot with the hook shot with the bomb. It's pretty precise. And then this is our first weird shot. So bomb recoils and high speed and holding the camera, they cause like all kinds of very glitchy animations for Link. And we can actually take advantage of that in the game by having Link have a glitched out animation that places him out of bounds, and by pulling out a projectile item like the hookshot or the bow on a specific frame, you can actually use the first person item from out of bounds. So right there, Morph knocked himself out of bounds and then was able to shoot the torch up top with the hookshot, even though normally he wouldn't be able to hit the torch there, and that can skip a good portion of the dungeon.
Oh, way too early.
We got Beast on New Wave Bossa Nova here, so this will give him access to Great Bay Temple. And there's a little cutscene skip that you can do there. As soon as you pull the ocarina out here, it gives you the song, even if you don't play it. So by pausing straight away, he can pull the ocarina out again by buffering, kind of like with the Happy Mask Salesman cutscene skip from earlier.
Oh.
And then just soar away.
I forgot where you're supposed to soar in this category. This one.
The mood.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's Fire Arrow for Morph. That's going to give him access to beating Goat. We actually don't get Fire Arrow anymore in normal any percent NMG runs, but just because of all of the collection, it makes sense to get it here. And also, skipping the Fire Arrow creates the necessity for doing more tricks that can potentially crash the game, which can be a little scary. So here Beast did a Bottle Duke. It's very similar to the trick where you can write an extra bottle over an item in your inventory, like with a quick swap. By holding what's called ESS position, it places Link in a constant animation where he's shuffling, and when you pull out, when you try to drop like the item in your bottle, at that time it delays the cutscene and gives you enough time to press a different item. So the when you drop the fairy in that instance, it drops the fairy from the nut item instead of the bottle where it was supposed to come from, and essentially creates an extra empty bottle, which he will use later on.
Alright, don't mind me. I'm just gonna freeze.
Oh, that is a that is a lot of hearts.
I've just been picking up a lot of hearts. Don't mind me. It'll all make sense in a few minutes.
Or you could get the heart container afterwards.
Are we going to activate back in time?
I already got the Adola heart container, so I'll pass on that one.
Not quite back in time, but you know, a similar type of run or time-saving trick that may or may not require death.
I made a blunder. Tingle maps cost money.
Not quite enough money for
about capitalism.
So what we're seeing from Beast is some prep for a later on trick that requires purchasing milk. Let's see the aforementioned milk shenanigans. Morph is fighting Goat here with a it's kind of a stun lock, I guess. Just by manipulating movement and standing in a specific spot, you can shoot him with arrows and keep him from charging you, which also allows him to die in a spot that's very close to you. And then another quick trick here from Morph. Let's see how this goes. So in this case here, there's a collection delay that you can do by having the hook shot in your hand when you walk into the remains. So when he walked into the remains there and he placed the bomb, he was able to pick up the bomb, which gave him a glitch that I guess we refer to it as like pickup delay. And so when he tried to actually pick up the bomb, instead he picked up the warp, which has a side effect of also giving him the remains. So he's able to just die right after, puts him at the beginning of the dungeon. He's got the remains from Goat, and the dungeon is essentially complete. And then another trick. So here we're going to see the milk shenanigans that we were talking about here. This is a very similar trick to action swap, where you can create essentially like a hook shot that's being shot, and then there's a unique thing with milk where when you drink milk, it gives you half milk, so you can drink it twice. And if you have an empty bottle in one of your slots, you continue to hold the empty bottle in your hand after you drink the milk. So one of the effects is what's happening to Beast right now.
Oops.
Which isn't what he intended, but you know, it's a funny little thing that can happen. And while Beast
do this one.
While Beast sets it up again, Morph is actually going for a cutscene skip here, where you can skip the cutscene where the pirates are trying to sail into Great Bay Temple and they get knocked away by the storm that's there.
I forgot. I can't remember that one.
He wasn't able to get it here, but it's not the biggest time saver, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, this is another one of those cutscenes on the English version where you, or in the category, where you would do Song of Double Time to skip it. On the Japanese version, you have to do a pretty elaborate bomb time stop setup to activate the cutscene trigger and then take the loading zone as the cutscene starts, which I try to do there. And it's a little awkward because the camera's facing in a weird spot and you have to cancel the camera with using the C up button. So it's a little bit involved.
Do you have a moment during this long cutscene for more chaos?
Yeah.
Well, I do want to explain real quick just what Beast is doing.
Yeah, he's just walking on the nothing. I assume that was normal intended gameplay.
So this is a result of the milk shenanigans that he was doing earlier. It places Zora Link in this state where if you try to run, he'll just run in place. You can't fall, the wind doesn't push you, and the only way you can move is by slashing with his slash attack. So that's why he's just continuously slashing, very quickly moving towards the entrance of Snowhead. He's able to skip Lullaby in this way.
Okay, now do you have a moment for chaos?
Yeah,
we definitely need more because I'm getting pretty close.
Y'all, we cannot let them catch up. That is evil. But no, we cannot let them catch up.
I'm like 2 rooms away from catching up, I think.
Also, we'd like to point out that our original estimate was 1.5 hours, and we have now surpassed that. Oh no, who could have ever foreseen that this run would go overestimate? But we do have a $10 donation from Faison Tunic, thank you so much, who says, more painting, more chaos, more charity. Let's go! Thank you so much. And also a $25 donation from Safari Nation. Thank you so much. That had a really nice ring to it. Who just says, yay, chaos! Yes, we are very excited for it, and we need more. The runners aren't allowed to catch up. That's kind of the rule. That's kind of the rule. Nobody wins in this situation except for everyone except for the runners. That made sense, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can remember this one.
we got some very 100% coded strats from Morph and Great Bay Temple. So he got his first check with the Stray Fairy that you get from shooting the torches in the first room, and he's able to traverse the water wheel room with a very cool Goron roll. You can roll up onto the water wheel and then use that to cross the gap, which is what he did. And then another ledge clip here lets him go out of bounds into... Right now where he is he's in like a water pathway, and he's able to do like a sword/recoil off of the wall to get a super swim, which is a swim in the water where you maintain like a high amount of speed. And he has to go through a loading trigger there so that he can actually load the area that he wants to go into, which is going to give him the 2 stray fairies in this room. And this is normally the room with the boss door in it, but he doesn't have the boss key or anything like that, and then there's plenty more he wants to do in the dungeon, so that's why he's here. And then Beast fighting Wizrobe here for the fire arrow. Morph wasn't able to get the cutscene skip that you can do on the Wizrobe here, but with Goron attacks, like Beast just did, you can... There's one frame where the Wizrobe is hittable right before the cutscene starts, and Goron's attacks are active for many frames, so as long as you like pretty well time a punch, you can hit Wizrobe before the cutscene starts, and it saves a good bit of time. Got the map chest here in Great Bay for Morph. It's doing a little hover.
By far one of the laggiest rooms in this game.
Oh,
There's a lot going on in this room. And then dropping explosives in the laggy rooms never helps either.
You know what would help make this room less laggy? More particle effects.
Whoa.
So what we've seen from Beast here, another thing that you can do with the milk in this game is a hookshot jump, which is a similar trick actually to the Zora thing that he was doing earlier. But essentially by spawning the second hookshot that is going to shoot the torch, he can get a lot of vertical velocity, which is going to hopefully launch him all the way to the boss door, and he can skip the entire second half of the dungeon.
Yeah, I actually went a little too high that time. I haven't done this trick in a little while. I'll probably just try it one more time.
Alright, that's map and compass. I'm all caught up, you guys, so I'm beelining it.
Oh no, we have received the red alert. Do you have a moment? I would also like to say that for anybody who was not here at the beginning of our Chaos run, since this is us engaging in silliness and general chicanery, if you type !donate in the chat and click that little Tiltify link, for just $5 you can send both of our runners on a fetch quest as soon as possible. They could pick up a stray fairy, a song, an extra mask or item, just something. Just stop doing the run and go do something else for a moment. Do you want tea? You could go get tea. Maybe don't go get tea, but if you would like that to happen, please, it's just $5 per chaos, and also if you hit a little extra button, those $5 will enter you to win a gorgeous painting by Wicked Midnut of Majora's Mask itself. It's very pretty. So help us raise money for Planned Parenthood. We hit $6,000. But more money, more chaos, right?
So, what Morph just did there is another weird shot. By weird shotting in this room, you can actually shoot Georg with an arrow before you even see him, because his hitbox is loaded down there. So by shooting Georg early, it skips the intro cutscene that usually plays when you jump down this hole. And I think that cutscene skip saves like 30 seconds or something like that, so that's a pretty good time save there. And then you can stun lock Georg by just swimming up against him like that. And then we got Beast doing Goat here, another another situation of freezing.
I just want to call out something that happened during the second attempt at hookshot jump that I've literally never seen before. The camera somehow turned around, like right after I got the jump. I have no idea what I did.
Oh yeah, so you actually, when you do the hookshot jump there, you actually have time to like turn and change directions and stuff like that if you end up releasing target early. So unfortunately, kind of recoils you into the wall opposite of where you're trying to go.
Wow.
Alright, another check for me. I get this heart container.
Oh man.
But how will I die this time? I don't have to. Next frame? Oh, I hope this works. Okay.
We are pinnacles of confidence here at Rejects and Friends.
Nice.
So another instance of Remains Escape. We're actually probably going to see another Remains Escape on Beast's stream as well. But Morph was able to... You don't actually have to die in this instance because with Goron Mask you can void out in the room, which just takes you back to the beginning and then you're able to just soar out. Then,
yeah, there's a faster method where if you time it right, you end up doing a wrong warp to the Giant's room. And that can save a little bit of time, but I'm not familiar with the timing on that, so I can just...
Yeah, it's really cool. You just fall in the Giant's room and then soar out.
Yeah, it's really cool looking. I think it's another one of those things that can crash, though. It's a little scary.
Oh, I did not know that. That's pretty spooky.
I was actually getting a little nervous when I saw you setting up for it, but when you voided right away, I was like, okay, we're all good. Nothing bad will happen.
I think always voiding like that, specifically, will always be fine. I'm pretty sure.
And then,
yeah, I think you're right.
This is what the normal Giants cutscene here looks like.
Yeah, I've done that trick in a little bit.
Which, funnily enough, I don't know where you are on checks, but opening up Spring Snowhead area does open some pretty quick checks.
That's true.
I
mean, I'm only one behind. Oh, never mind. Looks like I'm 2 behind.
Hey, do you have a moment for me to read some more of the chaos you're behind on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Excellent. Because we did have a $99 donation from the one and only Wicked Midna, who says, RAF forever! I love y'all and this community. Thank you so much, Midna. We really appreciate it. And also, thank you so much to this entire community. It really is wonderful that everyone has come together to raise so much money for charity. Also, $50 from Coco, who says, woo! Yeah! Rejects and Friends 2025 Cold Sweat. Let's go! A variety pack. And Nimbus125. Woo! There was a lot of capitalization in there. I tried my best. But thank you so much. Chaos Incentive, however, is still open if you would like to add more things to the list. Make the docket longer. Make us go who's ahead? I don't know. Chat's ahead.
So, quick spring checks. There's a heart piece in this area, in the Twin Islands area that Beast was able to grab. And then on Morph's side, we got him in Stone Tower Temple. There's a cool little block flip you can do just by placing a bomb in a specific spot there. The velocity will push you right through the block, so you can just skip like half of normal Stone Tower by doing that. And then some weird shots again here give you access to this very chest before the before having the light arrow or the mirror shield, because normally you'd have the mirror shield in this room. And then using the weird shot again, you can skip the next application of the mirror shield. And this will let you get to the light arrow room early.
Oops, thought you on. Oh, this is right. Okay.
Did I mark off the last 2 chaos? I can't remember.
It's okay, there will always be more chaos.
First try rich shots. Very nice.
Nice.
So this is something I didn't get to talk about when Morph was going for it. We have a frame perfect pause here. Very nice. So by pausing frame perfectly there, Beast was able to pause right before the turtle cutscene started, and then by using pause buffering, he's able to just side up into the loading zone, and that skips the entire turtle cutscene, which that one in particular saves like a minute, I think. And then this is another really interesting change from English to Japanese, which is that on the Japanese version, they made these trees on top of the turtle, or on the English version rather, they made the trees much easier to hookshot. So all of the tricks that skip this cutscene afterwards require to hookshot like a pretty specific part of the tree, and the margin is much thinner on Japanese than it is on English, which is pretty funny.
I've never done that trick while staring into the sun before.
Oh my god. That's rough. Alright.
Remember at home, please do not stare directly into the sun.
Right, and that
It's
is
not good for the eyeballs.
that is actually the what Morph was trying to do earlier was side up into that loading zone. So now when Beast enters Great Bay Temple, he's going to be immediately at the part where he's waving at the turtle as if he had been there before, which saves a nice little bit of time too. So fighting Igor here gives you a fairy drop. That's what Morph is grabbing right now. And I think he also grabbed the light arrows already. I was watching Beast in that moment. But the light arrows are actually required to beat the game. There is a way technically to skip light arrows, but it's very not for this.
Yeah, that would be a little too chaotic, I think.
I want light arrow. Yeah, that's the last one for me for right now.
Right, and with that, Morph is going to be working on getting into Inverted Stone Tower. So there's a switch that you need to shoot here by hitting it with a light arrow, but we can do something called Extended Bow, where you can put your bow's hitbox more forward than it usually is, which allows you to clip the bow's hitbox out of bounds, and you can shoot through the ground in order to flip the tower here without needing Elegy to place a statue on the buttons and move the blocks. And then Beast here got out of bounds. He's going to do a recoil flip, which is basically a long backflip that is extended by a damage source hitting your shield, and that actually lets you go straight to the boss of Great Bay Temple from the very first room of the dungeon. Because kind of like what I was talking about earlier, all of the boss loading zones and things like that are always loaded inside of the dungeons, so as long as you have a way to get to them, usually by clipping out of bounds somehow, you can get to them.
Ooh, I see some typing for a dono. Looks like I'm not done yet.
Oh?
Which means I get to show off something really funny.
Oh, what is it? I want to know.
It's the boss key skip that you do in Hundo for Stone Tower.
Oh, nice.
I would like some magic, though.
You skip a boss key in Hundo? Are the boss keys not counted as part of Hundo?
No, they go away with Song of Time. And that's the definition for Hundo in this game.
Yeah, so...
We have a very clear-cut, like, simplistic 100% definition, which is that if you keep it when you play Song of Time, you have to get it. So we get, like, the maps and the compasses in the dungeons, but the boss keys, they reset if you play Song of Time, so we don't get them.
Let's see if I can do this cutscene skip.
So similar to Snowhead, this Wizrobe here also has a cutscene skip. It's a little bit harder with an arrow because the arrow hitbox is not open quite as long as like a Goron punch.
Ah, close.
Yeah, I think it's a 2-frame window each time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I need magic.
I do not want to use my magic anymore.
So you're one of
Remember
the
the magic box.
scariest bosses. Because when you get into the water, every time Gjord grabs you, it does potentially 2 hearts of damage.
Oh,
So it's very easy to die. Like, Beast is actually in death range right now. But luckily he was able to get up onto the platform here. But it can definitely be really scary if you're in the water and you've got 2 hearts or less. If Gjord grabs you, you just die.
Alternative milk shenanigans.
Yeah, new milk shenanigans.
Oh, wait, hold on. I need another bottle, actually. I did not do a bottle. Let's see.
Oh, can you get a fairy nearby?
I'm trying to look for one right now. Hopefully there's one in this room here. Oh. Nice. Alright, so... Oh, I need to... Wait, I could use this bottle, and then do this. Nice.
I'm getting destroyed.
This is a Gjord fight. Yeah, so usually you can stun lock it, but when, you know, Beast ran out of magic, which required him to grab drop, which is like sometimes a death sentence in this boss fight, with how much damage Gjord does and how easy it is for Gjord to attack you. But yeah, when things get out of hand, it can kind of start looking like that. Yeah, Morph is about to go for a cool hookshot application, milk application with hookshot. Very similar to what we saw from Beast earlier when he got the unintended results of trying to do the Zora trick. You'll see by putting Link in this glitchy hookshotting state that Morph will be able to grab the or head to the boss loading zone.
Do you have time for a little bit more chaos?
Yeah, this is
keeps
I think
coming.
this is a good
As Morpheus jitters to infinity. That's its own brand of chaos. We got $5 from Yadun Goofed, who said, "Heck you, more chaos." Thank you.
Oh boy. Yeah, I've got some more stuff to do in Stone Tower, it looks like, before I leave.
Make them stay forever. Also got $9 from TypeRex177, who just says, "Nice." It was indeed nice. Thank you. Thank you so much for your generous donations to Planned Parenthood, and thank you so much for putting our runners through more.
This is a twin mold of all time.
So, Twin Mold is one of probably the most volatile, aside from maybe Majora, boss in the game. In most speedruns, we fight Twin Mold with arrows, especially because in most categories we have fire arrows, which do triple damage to blue Twin Mold, and we have light arrows, which do double damage to either Twin Mold. So it makes the fight pretty fast, but Twin Mold is also a lot of RNG in regards to like what patterns they take. So you can end up with some very hard to hit patterns. You can end up with patterns where they block each other, where you're getting rammed. And each Twin Mold hit does 1 heart of damage. Luckily, the runners have a lot of hearts this run, but in normal speedruns, you'll come here with like 3 hearts. So if you get really unlucky, it's very easy to die. As you can see, Morph's gotten hit already 3 times during this fight. And then we got Beast in the Spider House. Spider House has got a ton of pretty fast checks because there's tons of Skulltulas inside that you can grab.
Alright, I do have all 4 boss remains now, though, or I'm about to have. I get to do another method of Remains Escape, which is interesting. I've never had to do 3 different methods, but it's funny that it works out that way. This is the one that you do in 100%.
Yeah, the Twin Vault room is actually kind of unique because it has a void barrier on the edge, which makes it easy to escape. So by using the hookshot again, we're going to perform a collection delay, or Morpheus performing a collection delay here, where by having the hookshot in hand, he grabs the remains after the inverted Song of Time cutscene plays, which allows him to grab the remains without the cutscene actually starting, and then he'll just roll out and void, and then he will be outside of the boss room and can leave the dungeon. Meanwhile, we got Beast going inside Stone Tower using Time Stop to cross the gap by moving one of the blocks, activating Time Stop, and then deactivating it once he's on the block. He gets to ride it to the other side, which is probably the most traditional way of entering Stone Tower in a speedrun. We're actually in final hours, which...
It was all part of the plan. I won't have to skip the clock tower door now.
That is true.
I've been inverted for a lot of this, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I actually did uninverted with the song.
Well, I didn't do any song the whole time. Oh, God. Oh, here, there's a new method of, like, recently discovered method of doing this clip. I can...
Alright. There's definitely some things I could do to speed this up. I'm just gonna go back into Stone Tower and get some additional stray fairies.
You could do Postman.
I could do the Postman. What time is it even?
It's
oh no!
Do the Postman. Do the Postman.
Your in-game time.
It's 3 o'clock, or it's 3:30 on day 2. I'm pretty sure that's.
Yeah,
fine.
I think that's cool.
All right, I'll do a few things here in Stone Tower and do the Postman.
Nice.
Yeah, the Postman on Japanese notoriously probably the most difficult input in the game, like just in the base game. It has a 1/60th of a second required input, which is sometimes impossible, so it's very, very fun.
We love it when a frame-perfect trick is intended gameplay.
Intended
Less than
and
frame-perfect third of a frame? Does this run at 20?
So this runs at 20 FPS visually, but it accepts inputs at 60 FPS, so there are what we call 3 input frames per visual frame, and almost everything in the game is, you have 3 input frames to do it. The only instances where that's not true is if you're in the pause menu, the game runs at 30 FPS, which makes it quit swaps, which are frame-perfect tricks, actually more difficult than usual frame-perfect tricks. And it also makes basically anything you do on the pause menu moves faster. So like if your wallet is collecting rupees and you need to buy something, you can pause to make the wallet count up faster. But Postman specifically, even though you're not paused or anything, it is a 1 input frame input. So you have to, there's like not even really a great visual cue for it. Because it could be like one of, I believe, any of the inputs inside of the frame, depending on the timer. And because of the Wii VC running at a different speed than like the original hardware, sometimes the timer is like out of sync, which makes the trick like impossible.
Alright. Making it night. Hopefully he's here. There's a reason I'm making it night. Open from 9 to 3 on day 2. Interesting. I didn't know that. There's a reason I'm making it night. It's because their music inside the Postman's house does not play at nighttime, which for some reason alters the consistency on the trick. Or the minigame, I guess. It feels like a trick with how hard it is.
It is basically a trick. But like I was thinking about it just now, how I called it a trick, but like
for
the minigame
reason,
is just a trick.
That trick, or that minigame, whatever, has gone through a lot of like studying. Like initially we would just play the minigame like as whatever form we entered in. So like we would enter as Goron, or something, and like we don't want to untransform because that wastes time, you know. But it was found that like for some reason playing the minigame as Deku Link just ends up working better. So I guess I can't do Postman. I don't know when he's open on day 3.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you can do Postman on day 3 because he's like freaking out at night.
Yeah.
I mean, the
getting-
world is ending. What would you be doing?
What he should be doing is delivering mail. Make him feel fulfilled.
Alright,
Oh,
I am
true.
getting the
Live a
Dongo
full
heart
life.
piece.
So yeah, the Dongo Heart piece check for Morph, and then Beast is now in Inverted Stone Tower. So let's see what. There's a couple of different ways to get through Inverted Stone Tower. Let's see what Beast has planned here.
Plans don't really factor into this because I just realized I don't have any bomb shoes. So I think I know what I'm doing.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, you figure it out. Do you have a moment for more chaos donations?
You're gonna need it because I'm about to get this last check here.
Oh my
no.
goodness. Because first of all, everybody, welcome in Raiders and anyone else who is joining us. Please, !donate. For a $5 donation, you can purchase us some chaos and also give $5 to Planned Parenthood Federation of America, which is an excellent charity that helps people's health and well-being and provides a lot of services to people who need it that the US is currently not great at doing. Thank you so much for all of your generous donations. Also, I would like to read some of those generous donations, because here's $10 for y'all from Etchy, who says, Chaos Control! It says I had to do it in Shadow the Hedgehog voice. I'll have you know I looked up and watched through like 7 different Shadow the Hedgehog voice actors for that. I don't know how well I did, but I tried my best. Also have $5 from Phazon Tunic, who says, Link past! One more for the chaos. Thank you so much, everyone, for the generosity. We're only a half-hour overestimate due to chaos at the moment. Can we go for an hour? Just a suggestion. Thank you so much, y'all.
It's like here.
So we got Morph's actually heading into the clock tower, which is basically the trigger for the end of the game here.
Yeah, I don't think we can do much more chaos after that. It depends on how many masks you ended up with.
I ended up with 2 masks.
Yeah, well, you can get 1 heart piece with that.
True. I could do a double trial, yeah. Alright, I'll just do...
And you could do goat trial because you don't have to actually finish it.
I have the...
Can you give a mask by equip swapping it over like Deku mask, and then you
I
get
have no idea.
I've actually tried this before. It only counts each mask once. So like if you duped a mask, it wouldn't count that mask the second time.
Okay. So, what Morph just did was a Goron damage boost, which you can do. Basically, when you Goron pound, you get a lot of height, and then you can use a bomb to kind of send you over the wall there. That lets you enter the loading zone early. And then what Beast just did is we call it a ground clip, where if you have enough velocity, especially downward velocity, and you hit like a slope, you can clip right through the ground. So he's able to skip the boss door without having the boss key in that case. Now he's gonna do his twin mold fight here.
Oh
And
god.
Morph is playing Oath. This is
Probably the longest cutscene in the game.
This is like
Yeah,
the bathroom break cutscene. You have enough time to like get up and walk around. There's like a long period of time with no text boxes.
There's like bathroom breaks in quotes, and then this is like an actual bathroom break. Like you don't have to run to the bathroom for this cutscene.
Okay, so that's 1 mold down for Beast. He's going to use light arrows. Oh, never mind. We're gonna use Giant's Mask. So Giant's Mask is a mask you can only use in the Twin Mold fight. And by jump slashing with Deku Stick there, he stored the Deku Stick jump slash as his power crouch stab. So every time he hits Twin Mold, it's going to do 4 damage. And
Yep,
you can hit
every
Twin Mold.
time I hit Twin Mold, it's gonna happen a lot of times.
When he hits Twin Mold, it will do
If he
4
hits
damage. We got a hit already.
I got 1 hit.
This fight is really hard to have it go fast. Not even, like, the main problem is Link's shield hitbox is absurdly huge.
Yeah.
So,
But
like,
when you're wearing Giant's Mask, you can hit the tail or the head.
this is true.
Oh shit.
But even if you angle your shield, you'll hit the Twin Mold like twice with it, and it'll push you back too far, and it can be kind of rough.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
Yeah, and the Giant's Mask runs on magic, so upon running out of magic, you just return back to normal Link. And there are magic drops in the fight, but easiest thing probably to do would be to just finish the fight with normal arrows.
Would y'all permit me a moment to make a few announcements? Well, the giants are still catching the moon. As we are making our way into the end of the game, that does spell the end of our opportunities for chaos for this run. I'm very sorry, but thank you so much, chat, for all of the chaos we have wrought. It's been really fun, and thank you so much, runners, for humoring us. Also, well, that will be on its way as Morpheus enters our final hours of Majora's Mask. We do still, however, have the art incentive open, so while $5 might not get you chaos anymore, it still does get you entered. Should you click the little button on the website, be sure to click the little button on the website to get our hand-painted Majora's Mask painting by Wicked Midna. That is, by the way, still gorgeous. So if you missed your opportunity on Chaos, you did not miss your opportunity on the painting yet. It will close eventually. Thank you for letting me talk over your cutscenes.
So, actually, while you were talking, there's something funny that was happening with Beast, is when you use the Giant's Mask in the fight here, sometimes a glitch can happen where even when you take the mask off, Link is still running like real slow as if he had the mask on, and it was making it difficult for Beast to do the Remains escape, because usually you time it just by running into the warp, but since he's running so much slower, it's a lot more difficult to do.
Yeah, I'd never seen that one before.
I did not know that was a thing.
This is a... nobody uses Giant's Mask anymore these days, so nobody knows all the all the little nuances.
It's a reasonable strat in all masks.
It's mainly used in all masks, even the sausage, he found a way to route it out for that fight and used arrows.
Yeah, it makes sense. It is still pretty slow.
Yeah, one of the reasons it was used in all masks for so long is because, especially in older all masks route, you went to Twin Mold with only light arrows, which it was like arguable if you could get a Giant's Mask fight that was as fast as with arrows, because it's pretty RNG. But also in all masks, when you hit that part of the run, you're at the end of like night 3, you're like running out of time basically. So we actually bring up a different glitch that you don't really see in runs anymore called Song of Time storage, which has some side effects of it doesn't allow time to advance, but it also it doesn't let your magic run out, so you have like infinite magic while you're fighting him with Giant's Mask. And we got Morph starting the... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say the all masks fight is really cool in concept because like it's so different from just using the bow and arrow. You're like taking advantage of the infinite magic and the timer not running out, but it's really hard to execute well.
Yeah, it's very RNG because you need like good patterns where the twin molds take long straight paths. You can in a way, create like some kind of stun lock where you can just continually hit the molds until they die. So we got Morph on Majora here. This is phase 1 Majora. You can actually... A lot of the newer strats are pretty cool, because you can keep Majora stunned by like hitting him with bombs right as he starts to fly away, which is what Morph is doing here. We used to use Zora Mask boomerangs to knock him down, but not putting Zora Mask on saves mask transitions, which saves time. It's a very good strategy for that. And then Incarnation is a very RNG fight, because he just runs around randomly. With good luck, he'll run straight into a Morph here, so we can just immediately hit him. But there's a hitbox in the flower in the middle of the room right there, where if you hit it with a bomb, it always knocks Incarnation down no matter where he is for some reason. And then with Deku Stick Jump Slash, the Incarnation fight is kind of trivial. You just delete him, basically.
So
and then
there's going to be 10 crouch stabs here. The 10th one is when time ends.
That's right, yeah.
I've still got a chance!
Yeah, if things go real bad here, something interesting about RAF is he will never dodge arrows shot when you have light arrows equipped.
Fast.
On the very last,
over
stab. Yeah, that's time.
That's time.
Nice. GG.
GG.
GG Morph.
Thank you.
I think... Looks like we got a total of 51 chaos. That's pretty chaos.
It's very chaotic.
That is a decent amount of chaos.
Pretty good, yeah.
And reminder that the true winner, regardless of who finishes the video game faster, is actually chat for having 51 chaos. So I'm very sorry, Morpheus.
Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Did the moon just get eaten by rainbows? I'm sorry, I never beat Majora's Mask. My copy was broken as a child.
That's basically what happened, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Well, I think that's it for us. The race is over.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here.
I didn't know if you wanted to finish out the run because we're at the very end.
Don't worry about
it. Well, runners and our esteemed commentator, would you like to tell the fine people who have been watching and donating for your pain where they can find you on other less chaotic days?
You can usually find me in my house.
Honestly, same.
Neat.
Wait, they can find you in Beast's house?
What the hell? I was wondering what those noises were.
Have you been under Beast's bed this whole time? You fit a monitor down there? That's impressive.
This is the reason he won. He could see what I was doing from under my bed.
He's stealing your input.
Yeah, routing advantage.
I just had the knowledge, the foresight, you know?
Oh.
It was too good.
But thank you so much, both of you. Sam, do you have any last words for our runners or the fine people at home?
Yeah, this was super fun. This was a great run. It was a lot more chaotic than I even was expecting, and yeah, it was super fun. Thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to come in and talk about the game. I love this game.
Yeah, thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Like that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was fun just listening to you guys. And yeah, I agree that was it. Somehow it was a lot shorter than I expected. Like I thought it was gonna be painful, but we somehow did squeeze a lot of like different strats and variations on stuff in there, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, honestly, major shoutouts to the runners because the chaos incentive has become a recurring favorite among RAF's content for our events. But really, one of the most impressive things about it is that like, in order to make up your own route with this degree of like precision tricks, it demonstrates an incredible game knowledge, and y'all really brought a lot of different strats and techniques to the table, and routing all of that on the fly is very, very impressive. So GG's to both of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for commentating as well, Samp. And I believe, unless anybody else has any final words, we are going to hand it over to the one and only A Variety Pack, who would like to give us a nice little epilogue that I think we have earned at the end of a very successful weekend of raising money for Planned Parenthood. So Variety, whenever you're ready.